What's up, Eagles Nation? This is Steve Hyder here with Gate City Sports Channel. And you know what? I'm still rocking the Eagles jersey. Yes, you see it. Day two. You know what? I don't want to take it off after that performance. Because I'm going to tell you, from my perspective, the Eagles went into Lambeau Field and accomplished something that we were told could not be done. They did the improbable, they accomplished the impossible. We were told we were heading to 1-3 and our season was going to be in jeopardy. Well, funny. The tables turned. And what ended up happening was the team that had the most talent showed on the road with its backs against the wall, came out there and absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. Now, I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about the Eagles accomplishing what the talking heads, said was the impossible.
Find a way a scenario in which can the Eagles that could actually win this game. But it's a short week. I don't like short weeks for the visiting team.
Shannon Sharp is generally a guy who kind of has our back on that panel. And that just goes to show you how far our backs were against the wall in this game. Because let's just run through the facts of this. Up until last night, Aaron Rodgers had never lost a game to the Philadelphia Eagles. Up until last night, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers were undefeated on Thursday Night Football. Okay? Up until last night, Aaron Rodgers had never lost a game in which he had a double-digit lead. And then what happened? Last night happened. The better football team went into Lambeau Field and dominated on both sides of the lines. Green Bay Packer fans, I'm going to be truthful with you. You got your asses kicked on the lines on both sides. It was embarrassing for you.
And where's the pass rush? This is like their calling card, what we expect.
Be careful what you wish for. We've been called out. Where's our pass rush? And I put in videos that I didn't think our pass rush was nearly as bad as people were saying. People were not necessarily like the whole team that the sky's falling. When it came to the pass rush, people were really in that sky is falling mode. And there were definitely inconsistencies in the pass rush. But there were also things going on to where, let's be honest, the first 3 weeks, to me, when I looked at the film, it looked like a lot of teams were saying, we're not going to let this Eagles team beat us with a pass rush. We're going to max protect and go after the corners. And I said, I didn't expect Green Bay to try to do that. Now, I will admit, Fletcher Cox looked like a different dude. Barnett looked like a different dude. Graham looked like a different dude. Now, I don't know if that's because Green Bay just was not going to max protect, or if it was just simply put, they heard the calling and were like, okay, you want the Eagles pass rush? You want this Philly pass rush? You're about to get it. The other part of this game, people can make a lot of, oh, we burnt you for 400 yards. Like, aren't you scared about your aren't you scared about your secondary? Yeah, to an extent, sure. Like, Sendejo just does not look good in coverage. Cyprian does not look that great in coverage. Cyprian, I think, has a little bit to do with the fact he hasn't been utilized much. He's going to need reps. But, look, I'm going to put this back on Green Bay. You had a game where you had a 50% Alshon Jeffrey. You had the deep threat of the Eagles, Deshaun Jackson not playing, okay? You had an offensive line that, even though all the Pro Football Focus and ESPN, all the experts were saying this team's blocking a lot better than people think, said, oh, it's old and it's aging and it can't block, right? And then if you go to the defensive side of the ball, you had 3 of our corners out for this game before it even started. Ronald Darby, Jalen Mills, and Cravion LeBlanc were all out for this game. And to top it off, during the game, we end up losing Sidney Jones and Avonte Maddox on top of it. That's 5 cornerbacks. What more do you need if you're a better team than the Eagles to win? What more do you need? We had an undrafted rookie free agent. It's only in his second year playing out there on a pivotal point of the game. I don't know how else to say it to people, but the better team won this game. And the rest of the league should be horrified because we got 10 days to heal. 10 days to heal. You know what? We get the Jets at home. I'm not going to sleep on the Jets. The Jets will probably have Sam Darnold back by that point. They're not a great team, but they still have Le'Veon Bell. They can hurt us. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say there's no chance the Jets have a win in this game, but I'm fairly confident walking into this game. With that said, we have 10 days to get ready for the Jets and to heal. We get the Jets at home before we start that road. Do you know who's probably going to be back by that time we hit the road? It probably looks like at that point we're probably going to get back Jalen Mills and Cre'Veon LeBlanc. Now, I don't know what the status will be for Sidney Jones and Avonte Maddox. Avonte Maddox, I'm a little more concerned with. Normally, when you get strapped down like that, it's a fairly serious injury, whether it's concussion or whatever. It's generally going to put you out for at least a few weeks. Sidney Jones, I'm pretty sure was a hamstring. 10 days, get that hamstring healed. Worst case scenario, he might miss the Jets game, but he should be ready to go by the time we hit the stretch. But let me ask you guys another question. What happens when Howie Roseman says, we got to get Rasul Douglas some help? And he gets on that phone, and he gets an Xavier Howard. Or he goes and gets Jalen Ramsey. Or he's like, at minimum, we're going to go get Orlando Scandrick so we have another corner to throw out there. What's going to happen when Howie Roseman can tell that the potential is really on this team? And all we need is to get serviceable cornerbacks to really make this team go from very good, elevate above great, into phenomenal. What happens then, League? What happens is we start stomping that ass. And there's a whole nother aspect to this. I'm just going to use a couple of minutes to talk about, not even a couple of minutes, guys. I couldn't find the video, but I did listen to a video, and I couldn't find it again in my history. But there was a video where they were talking about Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Sean Payton, and saying that basically Doug Peterson is a good play caller, but he's not on the level of designing playbooks like these guys are. And the criticism they launched is that he goes in with a set playbook and then just kind of figures out how to get the certain routes and stuff open within the playbook, and he doesn't adjust to necessarily the weaknesses of a defense. Would you like to take those fucking words back? Because what did he just do in Green Bay? What did he do in the Super Bowl against fucking New England? I'm waiting. Did Sean McVay win a Super Bowl? Kyle Shanahan win a Super Bowl? Have they performed to the level? If you want to say Sean Payton's a GOAT. He's one of the best play callers. He's one of the best offensive designers. He's not quite to the level of Andy Reid when it comes to play calling and design, but Andy Reid is horrible at managing game situations. Everyone has a weakness. But I'll tell you what, that was bad timing to try to criticize Doug Peterson because, boy, oh boy, did he finally listen to the fan base and start flowing our offense through Jordan Howard. And damn, did it pay off. You guys realize we ran the ball more than we passed it in that game. If that's not adjusting your playbook to the competition you're facing and to the weaknesses of your defense, I don't understand what the fuck your criticism is. That's all I got, guys. I'm hopping off here. I've made my points. There's nothing for them to say because they have no fucking talking point to take away from this. There's really nowhere for them to go. But there's something else that we can do, guys. You guys can help me out by commenting, and subscribing. Tell me what you guys thought about this game, guys. What did you guys think about Jordan Howard? What do you guys think about the secondary, man? That secondary, we got to get some bodies in there. We're in trouble right now with the secondary. All right, y'all. It's time for one more thing. It's time for EAGLES. Eagles. All right, y'all. Huge win last night.